I love how you signed up as a barcode every time.
Every time.
Funny name change, like.
Fun fact, I think it was last week, Biomorph was like, hey herO, can you name change? He said, yes I can, next season.
He just switched it from like all lowercase L's to all uppercase I's. Switch it up. But I digress. Here we are, like spawning in the bottom left position, playing for Shopify Rebellion. We've been following her all day. It is your red Canadian Zerg. Give it up for on altitude, Scarlett.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of altitude, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing his new team, CranKy Gaming. It is herO.
Light, can you enlighten us?
Oh.
CranKy Gaming.
Oh.
I have just heard of this right now. I'm sure other people in the chat haven't heard of it before. What's happened here?
So CranKy Gaming did get acquired. There was a merger, basically. There was a merger between CranKy Gaming and Dragon Phoenix Gaming, and they are now one and the same.
Wow, incredible, Light. You really sold me on that story when you were telling it to me. I hope viewers feel the same.
Yeah,
yeah, that is dominant. Damn.
Yes, it's a pretty strong team. When it comes to the player roster, there were some changes, and basically, Cure was on DPG. He did get let go, and that's why he's on Envy now. And DPG basically traded out Cure for Oliveira for time.
Oh man, we're trading players like it's the American football here. Like, always knew we were the athletes, the real athletes. But yeah, good that Cure found a home pretty quickly. Pretty expected, to be honest. Very solid player. But yeah, well, good. So is it called Dragon Kaiser Gaming now?
Yeah,
or DPK? DPK?
Well, we lost the Phoenix, so there's no more P, unfortunately.
Phoenix cannot rise anymore from the ashes.
No more, mate. No more. Officially, it is DKZ Gaming.
DKZ. I like DPG, but I'm sorry, Kaiser. I'm sorry. Yeah, line. Here we go. First shakeout of the game. We have a fast cybernetics core warp gate, which means we have a Twilight Cancel being dropped by herO.
Yeah, here we go. So herO is going to be mixing things up on altitude. I'm a little bit surprised that he's not going for a Stargate opener here to make use of the larger map, of the larger spaces between the bases, to try and pull apart his opponent. Instead, going straight for that Twilight Council. I wonder what he's going to be going towards. You want to see Glaives? We are.
Is it light? Glaives,
yeah.
Glaives.
It's
going to be Blink! Blink, Blink!
He pulled out, puppy.
Glaives! I told you it was Glaives. Oh, Stalker coming too. What a tease. Oh my god, this... Oh, gonna actually lose this. Oh my god, that drone. That was actually sick. Well done, drone.
Jesus, there we go. Yeah, the first Adept is going to be going down, but as we saw, we see like an older school build coming out from herO. We see, 3 gates being thrown down here. 4 gates.
Oh my, yeah, notice that there's no more probes being made just at the moment here. So cutting probes get these extra gateways out, and this is the kind of build light as we see. Oh, was that an Adept, another Adept going down? I think so. Oh my. 5 gates. Oh my lord.
Oh my.
I was going to say, like, this is one of those builds, right, where you, by the time you realize something's up, you know, there's no 4-minute nexus, you're already getting attacked. So
yeah.
You're about to get attacked. So
yeah.
This is going to be a very fast attack here. Gas is going down. Is that a fake? Is that just in case?
Yeah, I'm shocked by these gases. So a couple of things here. One, I haven't seen a 6-gate Glaive Adept all in a long time, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. This is going to hit like a truck, and Scarlett needs to figure out what's going on. Unfortunately, because of the Stalker opener, she hasn't been able to get into the main.
Yeah, if there's a build that would take out Scarlett, I feel like this is definitely one of them. Heroes even remember I was telling you how you do something, you hope your opponent scouts light, and they just don't scout. You even see like herO looking for the Overlord with these 2 Adepts.
Yeah.
this is it. You know, that could have been 2 extra pylons, but but yeah, it's I think that, can Scarlett even see that the Nexus? I don't know. Like, this is going to be devastating, but she's already making units.
Yeah, she does have a Roach Warren. She did throw down safety Roach Warren. With her Link, she was scouting for a third base, and she saw none. She has a decent amount of Link. She cut workers at 44. She's starting drone production. Hopefully, she doesn't make too many more. She needs units.
Yeah, as we see a huge kind of warp in here, Light, and there's a decent amount of units, but as you said, at this point, this is enough adepts to really kind of, damage these roaches. And finishing the shade here does need to kind of be a little bit careful to Scarlett, but there we go. And how is she going to react to all these adepts?
Yeah, that's a big question. One Roach is going to be going down. The Adepts do commit to the shade into the main base. Lings are trying to keep up. Roaches are out, and again, Scarlett has a lot of Roaches already.
She does, but these Lings just can't engage because there's just so many kind of Adepts around. This extra one's joining the fray, and she's a bit caught out here at this point now. That's so many Adepts. Like, oh my god, these Roaches aren't fast enough, and the drones could get under a bit of strife here too. Are they going to get home? Looks like yes, they will just barely.
Oh, the very nice movement there from Scarlett. She's able to keep all those drones alive, but we have another warp in again. For those wondering, this is all in from herO. He's going to keep warping in wave after wave of Adepts with these 6 gateways, and Scarlett has done a good job at minimizing losses economically, but can she keep it up?
Yeah, and actually surprised that the shade there didn't finish, considering there's no workers at this third base. It is all in, needs to kind of get damage done. But now looking at the Roach count, it's a lot more solid, a lot more of a backbone. And hero's kind of realized that he now needs to get something extra as we have the Robo Bay on the way, like.
There we go, Robotics Bay on the way, so he's going to be transitioning into Disruptors. Meanwhile, Lings are all being cleaned up. Another Queen just went down. We have a commitment into the main base, and drones are falling.
Yeah, 6 drones going down just like that, and Scarlett's now at the point where she can effectively split her Roaches to hit both sides, but herO is going to keep all these Adepts alive, potentially go home, use them to reinforce his follow-up attack, because there's no Baneling, so Adepts, they don't scale great, but don't scale as badly as if there were Banes. Or maybe he's just going to keep attacking.
Yeah.
You never know, like.
I mean, he's killing the Roaches. Let's be real here. The Roach count isn't as large as it once was. He doesn't commit to the shade. He's going to be killing even more of these Roaches as well. And this is going to deter any kind of counterattack, but Roach speed just finished up for Scarlett.
Yeah, and I think Scarlett's actually going to hold here. Well, she's down a few workers, but you can afford to be down a few workers as a surprise, like, believe it or not, in this situation when your opponent has, their army just consists of half beaten up Adepts and they're on 2 base. So the one thing though, like, getting these 2 gases made this transition to Disruptor drop a little bit faster. So I guess it's a bit of silver lining there, but I feel like Scarlett should just go for an attack here. Yeah, and with root speed, just how does herO hold without an incredible Disruptor drop?
That's what it's going to come down to. We need these Purification Novas to connect right now. Scarlett has been able to successfully defend. She's going for a massive counterattack. This third base is not going to finish for herO. We should be seeing a cancel soon, but the Disruptor is here.
Disruptor's here indeed, and Scarlett, oh my god, some fantastic splits, and she is going all in, reinforcing with Zerglings, not reinforcing, getting drones to get back into it. Oh my god, and there's a split again, like, does save this Disruptor, and she's going to push up this ramp. There's no shield battery, a sentry coming in. Oh my god, like, mamma mia.
There's the sentry, there's the force field, but the Biles are taking out. Another Nova is going to be going over here. It does find a connection with the Roaches and the Ravagers, and a third Disruptor is showing up.
There's a large connection too, and that one even more so. And oh my god, no Disrupt. How many is that? There's only 2, so.
Oh my god.
Scarlett's just got GG.
GG. That was so close. Scarlett, her counterattack was looking terrifying, but those Novas, especially towards the end, were just too much.
They were, weren't they? And even with the Roach speed, pushing up the ramp into that choke point, there's only so much you can split. Disruptor's one of those units like that when you see pros use, like, you see low level players use them and they're devastating. Like even against me, I'm a low level player. But you see pros and they make them look almost bad. Like Clem, you see him split, and oh man, they're a unit that, in this case, it worked out for herO, but they're very kind of, what's the word, seesawy.
Yes, 100%, 100%. They are a very risky unit to use because you're not just relying on your own control, but you're also relying on your opponent's miscontrol as well at times, where they're not able to split in time, they're not able to react in time. So because of that, high risk, high reward sort of thing for those disruptors, and in the end, it was good enough for herO.
That it was indeed. Unfortunate for Scarlett because, you know, that's a very strong kind of all-in push. And maybe if she just decided to drone up, she would have been okay. It's always hard against the depth because, you know, you don't know when your opponent started making workers while you're still dealing with the adepts like that. But she did deal with the actual adepts really well. She only lost, I'd say, about 8 workers or so, which is still not great. But against 6-8 adepts, you know, that's a worker a gateway. You know?
100%, man, 100%. Her defense initially was phenomenal. And speaking of, we have the player right here before us, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, representing Canada and Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlett.
And spawning in the top left position, representing South Korea and Protoss players everywhere, Protoss Hopes and Dreams, playing for Team Dragon Kaiser Gaming. Get up for herO.
Oh, there you go, Papi. There you go. I wasn't sure if you were gonna get the team, but you got it. You got it. Oh god. And yeah, I think the most difficult thing about last game for Scarlett is that you were kind of alluding to it, right? Like, she wasn't sure how quickly, she didn't know how quickly herO was transitioning into that robotics bay, into disruptor production, and going for those early gases that weren't being used initially for herO was basically a setup for that. It was actually kind of really well planned out, if that was the purpose of that.
Yeah, it really was. It's one of those games where, again, I fell into this trap just last night. Like, as you scout what your opponent's doing, it all looks normal. You know, you've played them before, and last time they did this, last couple of times it looks normal. But just on a whim, just throwing out something a little bit more wild there, and there was a very subtle tell in the, you know, the warp gate was delayed. So the warp gate wasn't delayed. That's a very subtle tell because it can mean heaps of things, right? But in this case, it was just. It was it was a massacre. Like,
yeah, it can be really scary with glaive adepts just because there's so many different variations, right? There's like the macro 3-gate glaive adept, there's the more committed 4-gate, there are the all-in variations where there's 6, or you can even go up to 8 gates as well, where there just is no transition into disruptors. So yeah, it can be really difficult to keep up with some of the subtleties, especially when a player like herO is doing so good of a job at denying scouting and just limiting the vision of the overlords.
yeah, certainly, as well as we saw that Stalker did limit a bit of the scouting potential there of Scarlett. Meanwhile, we didn't really point it out, but we do have the 3rd base taken here for Scarlett because it was a bit of a pro block. I would assume. I wasn't looking, I was too busy monologuing. I don't know if you've seen Incredibles, like, you caught me monologue. Oh man, you had me monologuing.
No capes!
No capes. Am I allowed to spoil a movie that's like 15, 16 years old?
Go for it, mate, go for it.
Oh, like the ending when he gets pulled in from the cape, that was like cherry on top.
Oh, the callback,
There was no capes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, actually, losing that Overlord.
Yeah. The Overlord goes down once again. We have pulled out of gas. Once again, we have a variation of glaive adepts. So far, 3 gates are on the way, in addition to the one that's already done. So 4-gate glaive adepts.
Yeah, and this again, it's a great kind of meta switch up here, right? Because you're gonna see the adepts coming across the map, and your first thought's gonna be last game. You know what happened last game. I need to really over defend. I feel like herO, yeah, he's gonna be a little aggressive, but he's not gonna fully commit here, or he's gonna hit maybe slightly fast. I don't know, like, but Either way, it's different, and it's going to require a different response from Scarlett, as if she even scouts it in time.
Exactly, and this kind of goes into exactly what we were saying at the start, right? How there are like so many different variations of this, and you have to be ready for this, and we can see that the third base is being delayed even further. We're going straight into a robotic spay from here.
Yeah, we are too. And this, I guess, is one variation. It's the same build as last game, but faster and less potent. I guess faster kind of switch up. Unless it's a Colossus drop, which knowing hero, it could be anything like. But again, Scarlett says no third base by 4 minutes 30. That should be indicator. Sees his adepts right now, and she just started 6 drones.
Oh my, she's crazy. She's trying to. Oh my god, she is hoping that she's up against a bit of a less committed push from herO, and she's not wrong technically, but she has to be careful not to be too greedy here, as there are still 4 gateways. There are still a decent amount of adepts.
Yeah, she might be gambling a little bit here as well, as you said, like that. herO doesn't jump in straight away, knowing that Scarlett has scouted it and is going to be making the units. Really healthy queen count, and I think maybe even gonna be able to snipe these queens. This creep spread is too good. Like, there's no transfuses.
So smudged when your macro is too good and you don't have energy for transfuse. 3 queens go down.
They do indeed, and that's almost worth it as it is long as these adepts stay alive. And of course, we want to try and trade them out and get more damage done, but we have a follow-up coming on the way, and it could just be, it looks like a disruptor drops as well. And Scarlett, not feeling really comfortable dealing with these adepts because, as a kind of finish on the ramp blade. Oh
my god, I'm shocked that that happened as well. I mean, the Lings are all going to get cleaned up, but they're going to be able to buy some time for the Roaches to keep up. The Lings all get eviscerated. Another queen gets picked off.
Yeah, and oh my god, herO does get out of here at this point, but yeah, surprised to see this kind of shade finish because he's just trading out army units. Maybe that was why, maybe trading a bit so this disruptor does have a bit more survivability when it comes into harass, but still, I don't know, like it's a situation that's.
Yeah, it is a situation. If we look at the units tab, Scarlett is down to 3 queens. She lost a lot of queens to those adepts, and that means that dealing with this prism is that much more difficult as the disruptors are coming in.
Oh my god, we're gonna get even another queen as well. Can I make the sound effects with the speedy or prism?
Okay, go for it.
I gotta wait for it to move. Hold on.
Oh god, that's Scarlett.
It stopped. It moved a little bit late.
Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. Scarlett's setting up a. She's going for it once again, but the roaches are coming in towards the third.
Oh crap! We're trying to be a bit too cute. Like, how is she gonna hold the third base? How is he gonna hold the third base? I mean. Yeah,
without disruptors, Adepts are gonna have a hard time against the mass amount of roaches. Forcefields are gonna be able to buy some time. The third base finishes up just in time for the overcharge.
He comes what prism shield?
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's gonna rock off and as it's gonna turn around to harass more.
Wow.
Oh my god, Lightum. I didn't sleep much last night, I'm just kidding.
It's okay, Papi, it's okay. What's important?
This shouldn't be entertaining.
Mate, herO, he defended without losing much at all. He lost his sentries and a handful of adepts. That's crazy.
Oh, did lose a disruptor, however. Unapparently not in the fight. Chat's probably gonna hate me for making all these horrible sound effects, but yeah, Colossus transition coming along now. Healthy disruptor count, 4 disruptors is more than enough. People think the more disruptors the merrier, but you're gonna be microing a lot in your fight. You only have a certain amount of time to, have those disruptors shoot off. Maybe in a different game, these queens could actually take out these disruptor drops. But there's only 2 left now. Make that 1 left. This is a recall needed there.
Yeah, there we go. The Prism is going to be able to get the hell out of there. And looking at the units tab, we are up to 4 of those disruptors, with Diverse having a splash damage, as you were pointing out. And herO is mass expanding behind this. The third base gets saturated, and he's taking his 4th, as Scarlett is getting her own 4th.
That she is indeed. Like, herO is just so damn good. Oh my god, sorry, I said damn. Sorry, I said it again. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, Scarlett's very good, but herO is so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've said a thing or two about Protoss in the past, but herO has all my respect. He is a phenomenal player. Utilizes all the tools beautifully. It's just a fun play to watch,
Yeah, it's very visually appealing just because of how intense his micro and control is. You can appreciate it, you know, even if you're not a Protoss player. As the Prism is slipping on in, did we speak too soon? The Prism is going to be taking a little bit of hull damage, but he is keeping Scarlett busy. Meanwhile, his main army is being set up in the middle of the map.
That's it. That's gone. Really nice support position there from Scarlett. Oh, actually, yeah, not expecting it, did herO. So, but now you've got the army all the way in the main, and this base is going to get cancelled 100%. Even Depth's going to force the army back as well. So, some cute moves there by Scarlett, but herO already straight away is, you know, he's back in it.
Yeah, he just finds he finds another opportunity. You know, he may have lost the drop, but he denies the 5th base, and now he's going to be able to deny a lot of creep here as well. He's trying to rebuild his disruptor count. He's still only working with 1 robo, so if he does lose too many of these robo units, it's going to be difficult to replace them, and it will give Scarlett an opening.
It certainly will. And in Scarlett's army, she does have Vipers out, which is actually, Vipers is a really good choice in this situation. You know, when your opponent goes for an early attack and then they decide to go into disruptor drop into robo, there's no high Templar to deal with them. So for the moment, she's just going to want to try and not lose her economy, stay reasonably alive, not take any trades unless she really needs to, and just yank all those units, because Vipers, if there's a hard counter in the game, like, well, first it's, I guess you can't. The Baneling's not really a hard counter to Marines, is it? Because 1-on-1, the Marine beats a Baneling. But if there's a hard counter, it's a Viper against a Disruptor.
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Pretty much. So the Vipers have arrived. They are stocked up, full of energy as well. As herO is taking a 5th base, as Scarlett's taking a 5th. It's crazy. Like herO, he is so, like, the way that he expands is insane. It's like no other. And he can afford to do so because he has 2 army control groups out on the map, or 2 armies, I should say, out of the map. Just keeping Scarlett at bay.
Yeah, most certainly. And we just looking at the spread, you've got 3 armies pretty much on each side. hero's going to be going for one of these moves where you just like set up, you attack 3 different places at once. If I did this, I'd lose 2 of those attacks to Widow Mines and tanks in the 3rd success. But here you just see he's going to drag on the right hand side, attack in the middle, collaborate on the left hand side, and yeah, this is just, Scarlett needs to split her army up a little more, I think.
Yeah, Zealot's coming in from the right, Stalkers through the middle, and Adepts are hitting the fresh mining base here. Drones are going to be going down on the left hand side. It
certainly will. Oh, Bane's coming in, really effective cleanup there, but I think we're kind of at the point where he kind of wants to trade out these. Oh, what was that like?
The Vipers got sniped.
Oh really? Oh my god, it was 2. Oh my god.
Oh. As Scarlett was being pulled between her fringe bases, the Stalkers went in through the middle and they sniped the Vipers. It was crazy.
Oh my days. I did see something die, but I didn't see it was the Vipers. That's very sad. But... Oh, late. hero's just, yeah, you see he supplements, gets rid of the hype, gets rid of the Adepts and gets some Arc Bombs instead. Pretty small army though.
Oh, the Banelings!
Oh my god, look at this fight light.
Yeah, exactly. The Banelings came in from behind. They kill every single High Templar. The surround was real. Scarlett's pushing on forward. It looks like there's still just a little bit too much Protoss, though.
It looks like it, yeah. And really good fight for Scar. Probably one of the best she could have hoped for without her Vipers, with a bit more of a squishy army. But it looks like, yeah, all these Banelings actually dodges by not moving. It looks like herO, you know, getting this base and the damage in the bottom left is enough. Can just back out here, but Scarlett's actually, if she keeps his Vipers alive, may be able to consolidate late.
Oh, she may be able to. We have a wave of reinforcements coming in though from herO. Zealots are morphed in. herO, I think he wants those Vipers, so Scarlett has to be careful as, oh, 1 Viper goes down.
1 Viper does go down. Shields and +1 armor about to finish up the Protoss. Fleet Beacon on the way, and herO, you know, Scarlett's kind of scrambling to deal with these forces. Even cancels the triangle 3rd base again, and hero's just bopping off of 5 bases. Like he's looking pretty much fine at this point.
Yeah, he has a pretty large bank as well. He's suffering a little bit when it comes to the army supply itself. It looks like he's waiting, biding some time. Carriers are on the way.
Not only carriers, but DT Blink as well. This is like me in campaign mode, like when you unlock all the upgrades in like your second run through, and you get the last easy mission and just build everything. But yeah, oh my god, this is a fantastic showing by herO, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. He denies the 5th base once again on the front lines. We have a Zealot drop into the main base. It is going to get deflected at the same time. DT run by on the 4th of Scott. This hatchery is going to go down.
It will go down indeed, and hero's just utilizing all of the tech pass. He's even got +2 air attack on the way already for his carriers. This is, I don't really see a way that Scarlett can really kind of get into this. She is, even with supply, but again, she's got a lot of tier 1 and roaches in her army. The army for hero, if you look at the active forces, is just so much more efficient.
Exactly. Scarlett, over time, her army is just running out of longevity. It is going to be outscaled by hero as he gets into his Sky Toss. It's going to take a while. He's only working with 3 carriers right now, but unfortunately, Scarlett doesn't have eyes on this. More importantly, she still is struggling to regain control of her own economy, as she's even behind in the worker count.
She is too. Hero at 90 workers playing the Zerg player right now at the moment. We even have Observer Speed on the way because why not? The Zealot run by is going to get taken out, which is, oh my gosh, it's just a distraction for the run by light.
Oh my god, Scarlett can't get a 4th. She was triple expanding. She's trying desperately to get a hatchery up and running, but she's stuck on 3 base economy. The DTs, they blink the hell out of there.
They do blink the hell out of their light, and it looks like Scarlett. Like, what does she do? She needs something, right? Maybe use the Protoss units against themselves, but when the Protoss army, yeah, you can take some of their strong units, but when the entire army is strong units. Oh my god, mate!
How does he do it? He just has random stalkers in the middle of the map, and he just catches a Viper, and now the Vipers have all gone down. Carriers are revealed. GG gets called. Hero takes the series 2-0.
Oh man, I was kind of enjoying that series. I know it sounds a bit bad as a Zerg player to say that, but it was just he's like an artist, He just plays so well. Scarlett did pretty well as well to, diagnose what the builds that Hero was going for early on, but Hero is just, when someone's on a different level, you have to be on the same level as them for all aspects of the game. So, GG's to Hero. Well played.
GG, well played. My condolences to Scarlett. She did play well to get this far in this tournament. We were talking about it before, but beating Cure in and of itself is a really amazing feat. And I hope she's not feeling too bad about it because, again, beating Cure was crazy. But Hero is literally the best Protoss player in the world, so it's always going to be a bit of an uphill battle to try to maintain yourself against a player of that caliber. And she got pretty close. Bring it all back to game number 1, right? When she survived the 6-gate Glaive Adept, her counterattack push, there was potential there. She could have maybe even ended the game then and there.
Yeah, I mean, the second game was a little bit a little more kind of in Hero's favor throughout, but the first game, Scarlett, she defended really phenomenally, and as always, as I said, she has a lot of fans. It's always fun seeing how foreign it's a little more kind of, I don't know if it's better or worse now, because it's not with Serral and Rainy, you're not really cheering for the underdog because they are really good players, but seeing players like Scarlett who have been around, they were around during the dominant part of, back when Koreans really dominated. She was one of those players that was up there taking maps off of those Korean players, and it's great to see her again, showing, despite being such a long time, she's still able to contend with them, playing super well. So GG's to Scarlett. Unfortunately bows out, but that was a really, really good tournament run today, I have to say, and just getting a bit unlucky getting Hero in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there, but you gotta face these beasts at some point. And speaking of, looks like the lower semifinals is about to begin. Dark was waiting for the winner of Creator and Classic, and he is in fact going to be playing against Creator. That is going to be casted by Chicken Man. We, though, as much as we would love to cast Creator versus Dark, and that's a pretty good series, it only makes sense for us to follow Hero into his series against Solar.
You mean we have to cast more Hero Light? Oh, damn. Oh, I'm kidding. I love it.
We're spoiled for choice here. We're spoiled for choice. Both semifinals are going to be really good series. Again, if you want to tune into Creator versus Dark, head on over to Chicken Man. Give him some love. Give him some support. He's a fellow fowl. He's a fellow creature of the skies.
Fellow fowl, yes, he is. He's a lot. I'm sorry. He chose the better fowl to impersonate. Please don't kick me.
Yes, the duck is superior to the chicken.
Whoa!
I'll say it. I'll say
I'm
it.
going back. I'm going back into Chicken Land's lobby. Sorry, Chicken Man's lobby.
Oh my god.
Old ducks are amazing. Old chickens are amazing. Oh, quails. Have you seen quails? Like
Whales, yeah. They're small.
quails are cool.
They're cute.
Yeah. I remember seeing a quail when I was a kid and being like, I want to get a pet quail. And we went to a restaurant a couple days later and quail was on the menu.
Oh.
It broke my heart.
It was the specific quail that you saw as well. They had
Oh, don't tell me that. It's like when you get, it's like, you know, when you choose like the lobster in the tank. They go out to the farm and it's the dad joke out. When you say, where's my food? They say, well, they got to go catch it first, but unironically.
Smooch, Papi, smooch. I mean, to be fair, I imagine you're a little bit more in a better position for that because you grew up on a farm, right? So maybe you're used to it. I don't know. I don't know if you've eaten your own like raised animals before.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
I couldn't do it.
Fair.
I can understand why some people do it, but you know, there's a reason why I used to name our cows. I don't name them anymore. Let's just say they don't need the name much anymore at a point. Damn you, Dad. Anyway, yeah, here we go.